Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to do the one podcast. When we started this podcast, we never thought we would do. We are here to talk about the retirement of John Cena, Saturday night's main event, hailing from the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., December 13th, 2025, will forever be a date etched in our minds. I'm the microphone messiah, Phillip Antwine. I'm here with the Canadian Destroyer, BT, Brandon Tanguma. Brandon, John Cena retired last night.
Yep, it was a big show. On social media, I'm not, I got wrestling Twitter, but I'm also like plugged into kind of like sports Twitter. It felt like there was some people that might not watch wrestling all that often tuned into this one. This is definitely one of the biggest shows of the year, one of the biggest shows in quite some time, just because of what it represents. Maybe not exactly what was on the show itself, but yeah, it was a show that I would assume is going to garner a lot of conversation. Some good, maybe not some so good. We'll flesh it out here.
Yeah. As the days were winding down, you saw like the MLB page tribute to Cena and like all the different sports teams, the jerseys that he rocked. Yeah, man. Let's get into it. The start of the card.
So we started off, all these matches were Cena's idea, quote unquote, of NXT versus main roster people, and we started with champion versus champion. No titles on the line though. Cody Rhodes taking on Oba Femi. This one goes in 9 minutes and 10 seconds, and it ended the exact way you thought it would, with Drew McIntyre running in and attacking Cody Rhodes. So Cody technically wins via disqualification, but just an absolute crap finish. Match itself was fine headed into it, but I think a lot of people were kind of on edge waiting for something to happen, and it did. And the crowd kind of poo-pooed on it. I couldn't exactly figure out what they were chanting. I would assume they were chanting like restart the match or something like that, but that did not happen. Crowd booed as Cody and Oba just kind of like, shook hands and raised each other's arms and just kind of, garnered each other's respect in from their quick little encounter. So, this was to be expected with this booking conundrum they forcefully put themselves in.
Yeah. It was looking real good. This from before. I mean, Drew McIntyre getting involved. Yeah, man. Drew's not done with Cody, so we're gonna have to see where that story flushes out. Obviously, yeah, man. It was looking good overall. I mean, Alba was on NXT or not on NXT. He was on SmackDown. And talking about. I did see they did the confrontation to promote the match, but overall, they were looking good together. Oba was looking very strong, so it's going to be. This is just a taste of Oba Femi on the main roster. So when he eventually does get there, we're going to see how that truly does look like an actual run, and then obviously, him and Cody, whenever they do run it back, I think we'll get a decisive victory.
Yeah, interesting crowd. I think crowd was kind of the story, I think, of the show all night, and they were cheering Femi, kind of booing Cody, but not really. It was like kind of a weird dynamic, I thought, of like maybe the crowd was trying to like prove how smart they were by like cheering for the NXT guy instead of the WWE guy in the match. I don't know. I thought just the crowd overall, which we'll talk about in the main event, obviously, but interesting crowd reaction in this match too. Because like they weren't booing Cody in his entrance, like they like going along with him and doing the crowd participation stuff. When the match actually started, it seemed as though the crowd was in favor of Oba over Cody Rhodes. But maybe they just wanted to see the NXT guy win.
Yeah. Next match.
Then we got Soruka with Zarya taking on Bailey with Lyra Valkyria. This one went 9 minutes 25 seconds. And this was just a straight up match. Both of them wrestled. We thought maybe we'd get some sort of chicanery with Sol and Zarya since they were building some sort of breakup possibly on NXT. But no, they just had a match. And Sol Ruka ended up pinning Bailey in kind of a surprise fashion, kind of a roll up type of way. So, Bailey gets a little bit of protection, but also obviously Sol gets something out of this. And this was the one NXT person to win on the show. So I thought it was going to be Femi with like a distraction type finish with Drew, but then just being a straight up DQ. But Soul ends up getting the win, and yeah, it was a perfectly fine mid card match with no
Yeah, no,
story.
it was no just exhibition. That's what they were. That's what he kept saying.
I mean, no angle, I should say.
Yeah, that's what exhibition is. We're just having a match to see who's better. Like that's it.
Just good old fashioned graps.
Yeah, Sol Rukin, her and Bailey, they did very well together. I'd love to see a feud at some point down the line. Great Soul Snatcher. Bailey rolls out, and then drags her. Soul drags her back in. Bailey tries to roll her up, and then Soul rolls her up for the victory. Love to see it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we were expecting maybe something on the outside, but I think it's probably good that that didn't happen. I think it's a better thing for it to play out on NXT rather than on WWE, and maybe the crowd would have responded to something, but yeah, it would make sense for this NXT story to play out on NXT television.
Yes,
Then
sir.
we had the tag team match. Wikipedia said it was for the tag titles. I don't know what's going on here. AJ Styles, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee took on Javon Evans and Leon Slater, and this was a absolute sprint of a match. It was 6 minutes and 30 seconds. I don't know if it was supposed to be 10 minutes, and it got cut for time, and they said, "Screw it, we're just going to put everything that we planned in this match," because they just went balls to the wall, and it was, for the most part, Javon and Leon just kind of getting their stuff in and just kind of bouncing all over the place with Dragon Lee because AJ was kind of on the outside for the most of it. But yeah, it was fun while it lasted. I said if this was given the time, it could have been a great match, and unfortunately, wasn't, but maybe they'll run it back again, and maybe we'll see AJ and Leon Slater in TNA. Who knows?
We shall see. We shall see. Great tag match. The Rana over the rope onto the apron while Leon was sitting there from Dragon Lee. And it was like we thought a Styles Clash, but it happened on the floor, and then Javon Evans with the super kick to cut it off, and then overall Leon Slater taking the pin. Good stuff from these guys. Very good, much good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, obviously these NXT matches weren't anything of note, but then it was time for the main event, which is what everyone came here for. John Cena, Gunther singles match. I mean, we got like throughout the show, we did get some, thank yous and video packages and things like that. We didn't really get like a full blown video package at the beginning, but that was more after the fact. But Gunther comes out, his old theme, long pause. Cena then comes out. He, soaks in the joy, soaks in the adoration. He takes the camera from Stu, and apparently this could not have been planned because the director was not ready for this because Cena unplugged the camera for some reason, and he like went to go take the camera from Stu, and he went to go put the camera on Stu, but then the director didn't activate the camera, so you couldn't actually see Cena's camera to see Stu. You just saw like the back of everything, which I thought was, you know, a missed opportunity. But shout out Stu, everyone knows the love Cena has for Stu in these entrances, and Cena comes out. They do the match, full blown ring introductions with Lillian Garcia, and they go 23 minutes 45 seconds. Cena was a house of fire to start, but then after first 5 minutes, then Gunther just kind of like beat him down for a majority of it. We had an AA off the ring steps onto the announce table, and Cena hulked up, or sorry, super Cena'd a couple times, and he did a mega, not an AA according to Michael Cole. He said a mega FU. So we
Yeah,
heard a
yeah.
FU on the show, which I was very happy with because I still
We
kind
heard
of
a lot
call
of FU on the show. Yeah.
I still called it an FU on from time to time. So Gunther kicked out. I should have. I think we went on when we talked about the betting lines. I think it was 3.5 attitude adjustments. That one went over. I think we hit 5. No ref bump, so should have bet on no ref bump because that would have paid out some good coin on that one. Just a straight up wrestling match. Gunther kept going back and forth, back and back to that sleeper, and then finally, in the middle of the ring, Cena with kind of, I don't know if this was intentional, but just like a wry kind of smile on his face. He kind of half-heartedly taps out, and the match was over. Cena's career is over. And the crowd absolutely hated it. They were booing. They were not happy. They went to so many crowd shots of not angry, but just kind of sad fans
I,
in the
it, it,
crowd.
it's it's look, what has John been talking about this kind of the whole latter run of this tour? Giving back to the business. It's the same reason why he got decimated by Brock on multiple occasions, so that whoever goes and beats Gunther is made. You know what I'm saying? And Gunther, like I talked about, in the same calendar year, two world title runs, retired Goldberg and retired John Cena. Made John Cena tap up for the first time in 20 years. Uh, he and then for him to have a police escort back to his vehicle, it's like the territory days, brother. They've made a super villain. They've made an absolute super villain. Gunther is he was multiple time world champion, longest reigning IC champion of all time. But I feel like he was made even more because of the way that he beat John Cena. Just not letting go of that sleeper, being relentless, being a rabid dog with it. And look, man, it's for what happens next. Like Brock decimated John Cena at WrestlePalooza. For whoever beats Brock Lesnar, they get the energy of the guy that decimated the Never Seen 17. The same goes for Gunther. Whoever beats Gunther gets the energy of beating the guy that made John Cena tap out in his last match.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about what this final match should be. If you have some mid to low level guy, forgot to talk about Miz came out bitching and complaining. Joe Hendry showed up and beat the Miz. Good for him. But yeah,
Our
like
truth.
and our truth. So yeah, like if you had the Miz come out and it was like the Miz versus John Cena, like okay, you have some history there. Cena beats the Miz, and then that's it. Like literally, Cena's legacy career ends that night. But if you have Cena lose, it then transfers over to Gunther. Gunther can do the whole Chris Jericho bit where he talks about the night he retired John Cena for years to come. And like that moment will live on forever instead of just in that little, pocket of, you know,
Yeah, I mean,
yesterday.
I think what's gonna echo with me. Michael Cole said tonight, pro wrestling, would he beat sports entertainment? That's gonna echo with me. After the fans were not happy after that, the locker room empties out. You see Pritchard, you see Hunter was getting booed, which got like guys who whose call do you think it was? I know Cena says, I don't make the call, but like at the end of the day, whose call do you really think it was? Cena's always been talking about doing right by the business, and look, it shouldn't nobody should be surprised. You go out, you go out on your back. Only guy that never did that was what, Sting in AEW.
Yep,
Think
and I
about it.
and I don't know how many of those WWE fans saw Sting's retirement, and maybe not. Like they want themselves the happy ending. They just want to see Cena win, and they don't care about what the history of the business is or what normally happens. And we talk about on this podcast sometimes what the in arena crowd wants isn't best for the television or best for what the story they're telling or whatever. Like yes, there's 20,000 people in that building, but 20,000 people is not the millions that you are trying to cater towards in the upcoming tours and weeks and months and years.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. You go out on your back, man. After that, Hunter gets on the. Oh, actually, no. I mean, Cody and CM Punk, they uh they hand their respective championships over to John Cena for him to hold up, to a roaring ovation. It was the same thing that Cena and Batista did for Hogan back in the day. Yeah. Then Hunter gets up there and uh hugs him. They're whispering something in each other's ears, probably because of the reaction that the fans were giving. And then he points up to what I thought was like there a WrestleMania sign up there, and then points up to a screen, and a little video package plays for John Cena. And then he takes off the shoes, he takes off the wristbands, and he takes off the armband, and he leaves it in the ring, salutes the crowd, walks down that aisle, turns around, says, "Thank you. It was a pleasure to serve you all these years," salutes, and then heads off. I
I
heard
thought it
some.
was interesting we didn't get like any speech. Like I thought if Cena were to talk, that could have maybe quelled the negative reaction a bit. And I think it also because like I kind of glossed over, but like kind of the smile tap because it wasn't like a oh my God I give up like Gunther. It was almost like it almost felt like he was giving up, just like, all right, I can't do this anymore. I'm done. And like if
Yeah.
he like explained himself a little bit, I
Well,
thought
I
that,
think
that would have well could have made a little bit more sense of what that moment was supposed to be.
I think because he's been doing so much press for this retirement tour, I think like we know we've gotten everything that he would have said at the end. You know, he did 2 hours or something with Joe Rogan. He did like an hour and a half with Bill Simmons, and like he was on the Pat McAfee show Friday. And
Yeah, but how many people are watching all that stuff?
I mean, go look at the views. Go look at the views,
Yeah,
man.
it's all bots. It's all
Okay.
bot views.
But I mean, he did so much press. That's the point. He did so much press. Said everything that he could say. So Cena just like I'm gonna leave my stuff here. I'm gonna salute you guys, and then I'm gone. Uh, which is crazy, man. How'd you feel? I know you phased out a little bit, but maybe you watched the run.
Yeah, I mean, Cena, legendary um legendary performer. I'm not going to sit here and say like I was crying and like very emotional, but the ending, like when Cena was watching the video, is like, oh, okay, it kind of finally hit me. I think at that point, like, all right, it's finally over. I was hoping maybe we get like a real, like, I still feel like we don't really know who John Cena is, like as an actual person. And I thought maybe, he did tear up a little bit, so I think we maybe saw a little bit of the real non-robot Cena in that moment, when he was watching his video, and maybe that was kind of the moment where it hit him because he didn't have to be on because a lot of people were watching that video, not a lot of people were watching him. Um, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot to be said from Cena, or a lot to talk about his career. I also interesting in that video package. We did get a Vince McMahon appearance. We didn't see any Donald Trump or Vince McMahon in the audience, but we did get a Vince McMahon quote in that
Yes,
video
yes, we did.
package, which maybe was a John Cena call. I don't know if TKO wanted to put old Vinnie Mac in that one, but um, yeah, I mean, the career is over allegedly. I still would not be shocked if we see Cena come back and wrestle, even if it's like one of those, Rock at WrestleMania 32 matches where it's, more of an angle than an actual match itself. But the bell rang, so it counts. Um, but yeah, I mean, Cena's career is one of, if probably the longest, careers on top ever. Now you can, I don't want to sit here and, belittle what his accomplishments are because he definitely was, he was the guy for a long time. Now, could have there been other people? Maybe. Did the, business kind of go down ever since Johnson took over? Maybe. But, that's we're here to be positive people. We're here to be positive.
Yeah. What you call it? I wrote a little something, man. I wrote a little something. I'm gonna read it right here. And actually, let's say last night I paid tribute to Big Match John. I may have waved my hand in front of my face. You know what I'm saying? But I wrote a little something. I'm gonna read it right now. What can you say about John Cena? A man and performer whose energy was so electric, the term polarizing was used to describe it. He held down the hardest position in the game for well over a decade. No, he didn't tell us to say our prayers or eat our vitamins, but instead preached the importance of hustle, loyalty, and respect while telling us to never give up. He didn't hold his hand by his ear to listen to the thousands in attendance. He placed it in front of his face and told us that we couldn't see him, but we could see him and the work that was put in. You provided me with a lifetime full of great moments and memories that will never be forgotten. As a performer in the industry now, I want to say thank you for paving the way and leaving the business better than you found it. Congrats on an amazing career. Thank you, Cena. Um, yeah, man. I as a kid I chanted "Let's go Cena." As an adolescent and young adult, I chanted "Cena sucks." But hey, man, he put on some of my favorite matches I've ever seen. Uh, thank you, and seriously, the performer and the man. Thank you for making my childhood so fun, so memorable, and like I said, as somebody in the game now, thank you for helping shape this and change this, and thank you for paving the way, and thank you for looking to look out for the future of the industry. Forever grateful for all you did for this business, pro wrestling, sports entertainment, whatever you want to call it. You were an integral piece of the puzzle. And like I said, I think I could speak for the entire pro wrestling community when we say we are forever grateful. Thank you, Cena. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for us. We will be back next week to recap the fallout of all this stuff. Thank you so much. As always, be safe and stay dangerous. Thank you, Cena.